What's going on, guys? This video is going to be focused on going over my picks for LCS Round 2 Fantasy. So I only got like 100 points so far. If I go to home, I'm at 109. I chose these guys. Saint was actually not as much, even though Kryra, Saint did have their picks. Even Masu. Yeah, he just didn't really get too much. And honestly, the best team was Shopify, funny enough. So going into this, I gotta think a little bit on exactly how I want to handle this. And it would be good also, I will say this, to have this open just so I can see the matchups, right? Because that's pretty important. if I don't know what the matchups are, this is not going to turn out well. So, from a start, we're looking at top lane. I'm going to scrap this whole thing. I mean, Castle went up. I took him because I knew he would be good, right? For sure, guys like Impact is just like a huge no-no. He's playing against Thanatos. I would definitely not go into Impact. This seems like a really bad idea. FlyQuest versus DSG. So far, these two players, honestly, these four, well, I mean, Fudge was actually fine, but so far, Photon's team is so bad that it feels pretty rough to want to take him. Gakos, again, kind of just doesn't add much to the team. So he doesn't really feel like a really great fantasy player. Fudge, Fudge did do decent. They are playing against TL, which is Morgan, and Morgan, he handles his lane, but it's so, I'm a Lion is against Dig. I mean, to be honest, this is probably not the worst option. Thanatos, to me, is a guaranteed banger choice. I think I'm going to start with Thanatos as a start because he's against Impact. Impact is getting solo killed. I mean, he was getting solo killed on repeat by Castle. Now imagine how that's going to be against Thanatos. It's going to be even worse. For picks that he would do, I mean, I assume that there's a probably high chance that Mbessa is going to get banned. So I really don't think that's going to be what's happening. He does play quite a few different picks. Nar also could be a ban target, which is kind of unfortunate. Renekton is a shared champion that they can both do. Rumble might be banned too. There's those are the three big top laners that have a high chance of being taken away. Part of me would like to roll out the Gnar because I really don't think they would give it to him though. I highly doubt they give him Gwen later stages too though. We're going to stick with this. I'm not really sure how that's going to pan out, but we'll stick with this. So Thanatos against probably one of the worst things that could happen. I'm not doing Inspired. Way too expensive. Not doing XQ. Really shit player. These are just not worth it, right? Jose, he's a banger pick. They're against SR. A really good chance some stuff is going to happen. Hombok against C9. I mean, he is super active in everything. Contracts does have quite a bit of value. Kryra is still pretty cheap, and he's against FlyQuest, which is actually pretty... I'm probably going to go with him again, honestly. I think if you have the funds, I think Jose is definitely, an interesting choice. I think Blabber is also a good choice if you have the funds. I think this one's a little iffy. I'm not really sure how it's going to pan out. Contracts still uncertain. I think he's a good choice. I think he is a question mark choice. It might be good to do Griffin against DSG if DSG are kind of screwing up things, because Griffin's someone who he's either gonna be low or high. It's one or the other. It seems like to me. But for me personally, I mean, I just think Kryra is the better player. I think he consistently adds more. So it's just kind of trying to figure out what would be good for him. What would he choose? And Griffin doesn't really play Panth. I wonder if they would ban it away from him. I might put Xin as the choice, if I can find it. Or Wukong. Xin or Wukong are both good choices. Why can I not find this champion? Oh, here he is. He's 1.3 though. Not the greatest. I mean, he is a very common pick. Nocturne could go through, but it's also a shared pick, so I don't really feel nearly as confident on that. I mean, Wukong definitely could be a choice, but also it's again Griffin. I think Griffin kind of prefers that. Yeah, I do feel like he kind of prefers that. And I could see Pantheon just being banned because it's like quite an OP pick. So we're probably gonna do this. We're gonna do Xin Zhao for Kryra. So it's the second time I'm picking him out. He's still pretty cheap. He's a good player. Why not? For mids, I mean, again, yeah, I agree that I would not choose Palafox, like, especially against Saint. That is just a terrible idea. I would definitely not do that. Zinni is like really cheap right now, but I actually probably would choose Call Me, because Call Me he's very active on impacting the game. It also could be a good time for Quad to finally have something going for him. But I honestly, like, Call Me is like a guarantee he's going to do something. It might be bad, it might be good, but he's a guarantee. Darkwings actually might not be a bad pick, though he's pretty expensive, which kind of sucks. Like, this didn't really change. I kind of wish it dropped a little bit, because he's probably an interesting choice because he's against APA. Yeah, definitely don't do Palafox. I think Quid is like overpriced, to be honest. Like, I'm not trusting that. I think APA is also pretty overpriced. We'll see how this turns out with what I have. But I think this could be interesting. I think this is actually pretty good, probably, against like their opponents. Like, he could like really smurf big time. But I'm already picking someone who's going to smurf in Thanatos. So I'm probably going to go with... And like, I'm still not 100% on Zinni, but Call Me's actually pretty cheap. So I'm pretty down for that. I wonder if he would play... I mean, they haven't shown Rise Party, though, as FlyQuest. His Yon's, like, not half bad. It's really not that. He's not gonna get a lot of points for it, though. He could play Aurora. He could, right? He's played it, right? Only. So yeah, he played a lot of it. Okay, I'm down to go with Aurora, wherever the hell she is. Should be at the top. That looks like a good choice. Again, you know, Quad is... I mean, Quad in theory should be a better player in lane overall, but the idea is that no matter what, in every game that I've watched for Call Me, he's always, like I said, he's always doing something. He's always getting something done, whether he's dying or making a play, and I do like the odds on that. I think DSG's bot lane is really shit, and they're actually playing against probably the best laning bot lane outside of Lion and C9. So I think this is probably not a good idea, and I also think this is not a good... This is a really bad idea based on what we saw. He, again, he actually went down value. I'm probably going to take Masu again, because he's really good. Like, this seems like a really good option this week. Rahel went down. It's, like, fine. I think this could be really good. I think this is a question mark. Again, I think this is, like, pretty overpriced, but I think he's overpriced, but at the same time, like I said, you're going to choose a couple, like, sections, like, at least one player that's going to overtake big time, right? And so, like, he's probably that guy, like, for an overtake. I think this one is, like, I would not do Sven, because I think it's just really expensive. Kind of like, I mean, he went up so much, I would really, like, avoid this. I really would avoid B-Boy. But I think I'm probably gonna do Masu because if you're gonna choose like Yeon and Masu seem like ideal choices, like for like their bang for their buck and like upside. And like I said, FlyQuest is playing heavily through bot lane and it's working really well. I'm hoping that they stick more towards like the really strong bot lane picks. So Varus is banned very commonly. His Ezreal's getting banned a lot, so I'm not even gonna bother looking for it. He's a great Ashe. It could be contested or banned, so the chances of that coming through might be not apparent. Not touching Trist, I know that. Not touching Smolder, Vayne, perhaps. I feel like my best bet on this is them. Like I feel like they might just send him into Jhin again, perhaps. It might be worth the roll for it, to be honest. I know they sometimes also roll out the Senna, and I don't think they were on the patch and where like this would be apparent. Oof. Maybe. It's between these two. I'll do this. So my budget. Oh, I have only 34 left. Okay. So we'll do Senna. It's an ode that the fact that Think Card has traditionally gone into Senna lanes for a bit. And also that there was a certain point where Masu was getting placed on these kinds of picks. That's why I was thinking about Jhin as well. And then also they did buff farming supports. So again, could lead to that. Ignar is a huge question mark. Core JJ is like pretty cheap. Honestly, like this already looks like kind of like what I'm probably going to look at for how much I've spent. Cryo is interesting. Again, I think this could be a good spot to look at. I'm not trusting this guy. Look, I'm not a fan. I'm not trusting him. I think he's actually not bad. Like, especially for what they're playing against, this actually doesn't seem too bad. Again, not really good. I would not go into Vulcan. Really expensive. Ceos. Really expensive. Would not trust that. Hui, really expensive. Honestly, like, the top 4, I'm not, like, vibing with too much other than maybe Isles. And that would put me at 17 left. I'm definitely not do Leon's. It's probably between Core JJ and Cryo. And if I look at my coach options, how expensive they are, they're all under 17. So like I could go. Honestly, I could do Ido. I mean, I could do Ido and I could pick up Vulcan. It's not like that's a guarantee that's like a better option, right? By any means, because you're just trying to figure out who's going to make the most of it. And just because it goes to 3 games doesn't mean like it's going to turn out well. Core could be a good set to do. I think I'm going to do Core. I might change some things up a little bit. So I'm going to take Core. And they are playing Enchanters. I'm curious if he would play. Wow, it really is a 1.3? Wow. Really? Damn, man. That sucks. I could see maybe Alistar then. Karma's still going to be banned for the most part. Nami did get nerfed, so she might pop up more. It might be a Nami angle. We'll do Nami. Then I need to choose a coach. And I do think Ido's probably the easiest option to do. Again, it's just dependent on how much you like want to get. I got an arrow last time. And I am putting a lot of stocks on the DSG train, which is, I mean, you can say what you want for that one. So how much do I have left? I have 4.7. So how do I change this up? So I did Kryra. Jose would be a banger pick to do. So even though I like Kryra, honestly, it probably is worth bumping up to Jose for this. I mean, Cryer was good though. And it might be a mess. The thing is, I think SR is like a bit messy. And like Jose just showed so much promise, and like it probably is worth going into him. Like I said, I could do Saint as well, and Saint is I did Saint last time too, funny enough. Like literally it would not be a huge difference from what I did last time, but I mean, it's Saint versus Palafox. I mean, like that's like an omega gap. The only thing I'd be worried about is if they just kind of cleanly beat them fast, Dig, and that was it. Like, what was the score lines for Dig? It was how many kills happened? 24 and 17. Man, that's a I mean, that is a lot. That is a lot. I mean, Zenny finished 6-2 and 10 and 0-2-11. And this could be even worse. And they finished their games at 24 minutes and 33 minutes. I mean, like, these were like decently quick games. That actually might be the better option. I think Jose is a really good pick. But I think Cryer is also much more consistent. Call me, there is some. I do have a little worry that this could go poorly. So let's go back to Saint. I don't know if this is the best choice, but I'm going to go back to Saint. He's against Palafox, who's going to play a lot of different stuff. I mean, it's only going to be 2 games, so like trying to guess the right pick is going to be a little hard. There's a good chance Azir could just be banned a bunch of times, which is obnoxious because I feel like this would be the most common look. He could play Mel. I don't know if that's actually something he's played in the past. No, not really. Or he might be let through. If you look at pick and bans. Where are you, Dig? Dig banned, so their opponents banned Ori both games. Dig banned Ryan. Yeah, see, like they banned Azir. So like, because I know Palafox doesn't really play it, which is like my main worry. I'm gonna go with Ori. I feel like I just need to do something that's like semi-safe, like that he would possibly do. And so this leaves me with 1.9. And I don't think there's anything else I'm going to do because I think Saint and Thanatos have huge mismatches. Cryo not so much. I think Masu has another huge mismatch. Yes, Cryo has a mismatch, but at the same time, I would be a little worried on like some other things that appear or happen. Compared to Core JJ, probably giving a little bit more. So yeah. Hit the confirm, I guess. That's my round 2, guys. I got Thanatos on Gnar, Kryra on Xin, Saint on Ori, Masu on Senna, J on Nami. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this is my first time doing LCS Fantasy. I mean, obviously, it's not just all about like if you're more intelligent about the game than others necessarily. Because if you just chose all of SR because it's Dig, you'd be at the top, straight up. Like it's really just that. It's that simple sometimes. For me, I'm just trying to base it on what I know about how good certain players are and certain teams are. And obviously, there's always going to be some risks and upsides towards whatever you do. And I'm feeling okay. I mean, 109 was like not bad for the first time of trying it. And then so this week, hopefully it goes better. Hopefully you're doing well in whatever your leagues you're in. I'm only in 2 leagues. I'm in like just the LCS and DSG ranked 1742. See this guy? Oh, you can't really see. Oh, you can see. So this guy did Thanatos, Jose, Quid, Bavoy, CEOs. I mean, like, He chose their bot lane and they fogged out. I don't know. What are you gonna do, right? I mean, I'm ranked 154. It's a little better, but this guy chose Impact and he still went high because he chose Shopify bot lane. So like, damn, it's that easy, huh? Anyways, that's it, guys, for the video. This is just like a very chill, like I don't have to like stress about what I'm doing so much video, and hopefully you like it, and I'll keep doing it. See ya.